everyone. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. I'm Karen Maku.
And I'm Cody. Last episode, we finally beat our case and declared the leprechaun innocent.
And then he died.
Yeah. In arguably a very horrible fashion.
No, he died the British way.
He was Irish.
So, he burnt to death.
I don't think that's the British way.
Britain keeps catching fire, so...
That's true. What a great way to go. It's like being taken out by the firing squad in America. That's what it's all about.
America!
I really wish people would play that song more, though, because I like that the second lyric is freedom is the only way. So it's like, America, fuck yeah, freedom is the only way, yeah.
Anyway, let's get to the British court.
Yes, we are here talking to the steel-type gym leader of England.
Do we have to talk to him? Can we just leave?
Do you not want to talk to this man?
Oh, we can talk to him.
Look at him. He's like a bird. And scary-ass eyes. He's gonna hit you with that. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was... wow!
Goofy as hell is the word you're looking for.
Mr. Arhuda means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history.
None of those words meant anything, and you're just trying to butter this man up.
It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old.
You don't even use hot iron pokers anymore.
Wow, Susato-san has a... Wow, Susato-san has... Shut the fuck up, I'll take your glasses. Susato-san has such a way with words.
Unlike me.
And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones.
Stop reading my mind! Goddamn the power of stands. The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can. Because in a few short years, our country's going downhill.
The most advanced in the world, is it?
I'm sorry, do the clocks behind me not tell you anything? It was fortunate. End of sentence, I guess. That your very first trial was a simple affair.
That was simple?
I hate you.
Simple? That was simple?
As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose.
So you're...
Did we go to the wrong case?
So you're admitting that it was rigged.
I love to imagine we went to the wrong case. How was Mr. Stevens in that little case about accidentally kicking Mrs. Josephine's dog? And he's like, well, okay, so.
I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple.
I saw it with my special eyes. It was simple as British food.
It was simple as simple. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them.
I'm gonna wind this watch so good I can see the future.
In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Is something funny?
Your face.
Oh.
No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve.
Technically?
I don't... And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree?
No, it was because that the evidence was corrupted.
Yeah, and lacking at best. I don't...
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, never mind.
Imagine it's like when the smoke grenade went off, you see Lord Strongheart like waddling in with a squirt gun to put blood all over the carriage. The omnibus.
Did Strongheart rig it?
I don't know.
Alright. He like spills a little bit of tomato soup. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much is at least an undeniable truth. which is precisely why I have prepared the new case for you that I mentioned before. I set the carriage on fire.
What's going on? What was he going to say before? Okay, what about this new case, though?
Yeah, are we allowed to have evidence? Or is that just not fucking happening?
Well, I mean, I hope this one is like a few days before the actual trial.
No.
Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned?
No.
Don't tell me. It's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes.
It's a murder, and the trial starts in 5 minutes. Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment.
I like how they even called themselves out on the bullshit. Right?
Yeah. Because the only crime that exists in this world is murder. In fact, this case is completely different.
Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind?
I read your mind in the future.
Turns out it's like he's dressed as a steel type, but he's actually a psychic.
That is to say, no one has died as yet. I'm so hard for steel that I've looped back around to psychic. And the trial will not be today. There's plenty of time to research the case thoroughly.
Oh, thank fucking God.
God, for once. 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. 18 seconds. 17 seconds.
So the trial's tomorrow then.
Why do you even bother?
Is everything alright?
No.
Yes. I'm just a little confused, that's all.
We all are. Don't worry, buddy.
Yesterday's trial was... well, it left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer.
Well, don't. Just assume you're better than everybody
Oh,
else.
Mr. Naruhodo.
You're not.
I don't know if I could face...
You can do this. Take a
I
breath.
don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilden's trial.
Ah, yes, I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case.
Someone did die, I lied to you.
Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense.
Oh.
If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. Execution.
The most terrible end awaits the defendant.
Yes, that's right. Man, my mouth moved a lot for that animation.
Here we go again.
Ah, shit. Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial.
Can I go meet the guy? Like,
No.
right now?
No.
Okay.
We literally have to stack things as against you as possible. After all, the clock is ever ticking. I mean, you should know, we're in a big-ass one right now. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits.
Is his office in Big Ben?
That's what it looks like.
Damn,
I don't
man!
know that you could do that, though.
You got some real estate.
I mean, yeah, you can't beat the view. And the birds. Quasimodo's a bit of an issue, but whatever.
Well, I mean, like, he probably doesn't own the place. He just works here. So, it was whoever decided to put an office up here decided if it was legal or not.
It's gonna be crazy when he has a Pokemon battle in here and some motherfucker uses Earthquake.
Anyway. Last time you mentioned the 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time.
And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you.
Do you have a home yet? What's that?
Would you like a mint? Yesterday you remarked upon something.
Oh no, I did?
That was your mistake. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi. You good?
Yeah, I was turning off an alarm because it's like 15 minutes until it goes off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what?
Sorry, I looked away for 5 seconds, now I'm completely discombobulated. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Because the queen won't die without a fight. Inside 34 seconds.
Sorry, I just imagined it's like she grabs a bottle of champagne, breaks it, and just gets ready to throw down. Kazuo always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world works so he could change ours in Japan.
For the worse.
Now, well, actually, no, that 3-day law was recent.
Oh, really?
At least in, Phoenix says in the first game that it was a recent law because they couldn't handle how many cases were coming in and how long it took for them to actually reach court.
God, I can't believe that bullshit only exists because they were fucking lazy.
Yeah. So Kazuma probably did do a good job, it's just they undid his work.
Yeah. They're like, man, shit's great, but, oh, man, I have to go to my dentist appointment in an hour. This is taking too long.
Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing. Oh?
I must find Miss Giselle Brett.
And kill her! Wait, did I say that out loud?
Another thing. Continue.
On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me.
The queen must die. Something very important. What exactly would that be?
He never had the chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done... Oh.
You're out of time. Well, thank you for an enlightening discussion. Idiot.
Mr. Naruhodo, what's all this about? Mr. Osogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me.
He only told his kissing buddies. I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. Goodbye.
This thumb will take you to the crime scene.
I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to appraise you of the details. Whatever you do, don't give him a fucking hamburger.
How long has he been there?
So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. Bye! He like just transforms into a car and drives away.
Turns into the magic school bus. There's something very important I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean?
Hello?
I wish I knew, but
Hello?
honestly, he never told me.
Are you gonna...
Anyway,
hello?
you better talk to the detective, don't you think?
Oh my god, do you filthy Nipponese not speak English?
Yes, you're right.
Oh good, I thought you were... Are you ignoring me? Hello?
I hope I'm just imagining it, but...
My fries are getting cold.
I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all.
Oh no, wait, I forgot I'm English. They're chips.
Yeah, he's eating fish and chips.
Right, I forgot we called them the wrong things. We like to make up silly words around here.
Could we trouble you?
You already have. What do you think?
Lovely weather, isn't it?
What's the weather got to do with anything? Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent-eaten out of your hand, you know.
This is the voice you're going with, or are you just testing out voices?
I don't know. It's probably going to take me a minute to actually pick a voice for this guy.
Yeah, once you get the vibe of this character, normally you can settle on one.
Yeah, and then once I start jumping around to like 15 different characters, they get kind of muddied. Thank God that won't happen.
But Sato-san told me it was foolproof.
And you listen to the girl that throws you across the room. I'm a very busy man, a very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give the likes of you a talking to.
Oh, ever so sorry.
Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. And all because of some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country I've never heard of.
You ever heard of Japan?
Oh, this is like 1800s.
They have maps.
They have maps. Have you ever heard of Kyrgyzstan?
Yes.
Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters.
There's no need to rip us apart as well. I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer.
Hey.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant,
Eh?
It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it?
Cheat code activated. It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Or summers.
Unbelievable.
Or springs.
How did she pull that off?
Or falls. The sun doesn't shine on our god-forsaken country. Just as the Lord intended. So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. The name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard.
Gregson? Inspector Gregson? What's the matter with Chisato-san?
Oh god, no.
Does this detective's name mean something to her?
Want to see me eat this whole thing, newspaper and all? His mouth like flips back open like a trash can lid. He just
It makes the creaking sound.
They won't tell you this, but all Englishmen can do it.
Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson?
I'm the only Inspector Gregson.
You're acting like you know this man, Miss Chisato, but he's a London detective. Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact.
Very well.
Huh?
You whore!
Yes, he's featured prominently. Prominently?
Yeah.
In The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
God, I was right.
Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Ranzit Magazine?
Ranst.
Whatever.
Don't worry, it's one of those made-up English words.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not real. Just like the entire country of England.
That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry.
Wow, I can't wait for him to lose his shit.
Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible.
It's not a feat in any capacity. Well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time.
Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary. I know, my brain just didn't want to read that word for some reason.
God, I don't want to have to deal with Sholmes again.
Yes, he's coming back. You know he is.
I know he is. I gotta deal with this motherfucker who's got 3 brain cells to rub together and pray to God for a spark.
Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? Your earnest is high.
You've earned his highest praise.
Spaghetti! Sketty! Gregson is the pick of bad lot of all Scotland Yarders. Those were his own words.
That's his highest praise. You're sure about that?
Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see.
Yeah, he normally just calls everybody else stupid. That he is not. And thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now.
That's great, isn't it?
That's Ryunosuke.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Have to admit that to start with, I was a little, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the roof.
Well, that's wonderful.
No, it is not. There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors under their breath, I'm sure.
Rumors?
You see that knight armor suit? You see that suit of armor? It's a man. It's disguised. It's waiting. It's when it is. It's behind my eyes. It's waiting for me. It's waiting for me to look away, and it's going to.
Are you quite sure?
He's just schizophrenic. He's changed. He's just started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head. Stuff like that.
Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you?
Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying. But I know what folks are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. I'm sure as eggs as eggs. Alright. I think he's a little crazy.
I get the feeling that this detective could be very hard work.
He's the defendant.
Oh no. Oh dear. Perhaps a sudden rise in fame does change people.
Like cuts back and he's wearing golden sunglasses.
He's got like a chain on. When he opens his mouth, you see like gold teeth. So, about the case that the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before.
Let me put this in my pocket for safekeeping. Nothing to tell, really. So little to tell, in fact, I'm not going to tell you about the case. As far as we're concerned at the Yard, it couldn't be simpler.
Oh dear, that probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated.
I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Okay, you said there was no murder. Oh, okay. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal. But she's still laid up in the hospital unconscious. That's how hard she was stabbed.
Actually, she comes up in the second game.
Really?
Yeah, she's okay.
Oh, cool. Jack the Ripper is just really bad at his job right now.
Imagine if this were like we were actually defending Jack the Ripper.
Oh my god. That would be amazing.
Well, we're not, but imagine if that's the direction they went.
It's so weird to think about, like, Jack the Ripper. We're never gonna know who that is.
No, we'll find out one day.
How?
I don't know, science does science things.
We sprinkle some science juice on the grave of one of the girls who was murdered.
Well, I mean, like, because it's like, wasn't there a thing where, like, people can, like, take bodies that are, like, 50 years old and still find out who did it?
I mean, yeah, but by this point you would have to do, because the way the women were murdered was they were just stabbed, and I think some of them had their kidneys removed.
Spankaroo!
A far more deadly criminal. But it's just one of those things of, like, there wouldn't have been any evidence left, and also by this point most of it would have decayed.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like science will find a way.
I don't know.
Science is weird.
Because, like, we have theories. The most we know is it was probably a doctor.
Because of the kidney removal?
And the fact that some people say that the cuts were, like, pretty precise. Some of the cuts weren't like somebody was just hacking away. Like, someone carved them out specifically. Could have been a doctor. Maybe a butcher.
We'll find out.
Maybe. I don't think so.
That's despicable. What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind?
I don't know. Who would do that?
I suppose you would have finished whoever it was off with a Susato takedown, wouldn't you? That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo. Brace yourself, Ryunosuke. You've angered her now.
The beast is awakened. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest.
Imagine if a family comes forward and they like have all the evidence of who Jack the Ripper was.
There's just like a picture of a guy next to one of the murdered girls, like doing a thumbs up.
He's holding kidneys. Oh my! Was that like when they had those cameras where you had to like sit for like 2 hours before it took the picture?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Like, imagine you just holding it for like 2 hours just to get the picture.
Like, does the whole setup is like, this is going to be great.
No one will ever see this picture.
This one's going in the scrapbook.
Hey, did you read this?
I'm eternally cursed to have this cone of newspaper filled with an endless pack of fish and chips.
I love it because it's my favorite food, but still.
Also, if I ever stop eating, I die.
The snail gets closer.
I'm full of salt just in case the snail comes by.
So there must have been something left at the crime scene that led you directly to the culprit.
Yeah, it was a picture of him with a thumbs up next to the dead body.
God, I'm surprised there wasn't more pictures like that, or were they just not able to hold still for that long, so a lot of pictures were just really boring.
I mean, yeah. Well, pictures didn't take like 2 hours, but you had a whole setup situation.
Yeah, and then it did take a considerably good time for the picture to actually take, didn't it?
It took a while for them to develop. It was like an instant flash.
Okay. Perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question.
No, but he was like in the area, so we were just like, yeah, it's probably him. Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one.
Sorry?
There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now.
Why ever not?
Because he's dead.
Oh!
Simple.
We get to court and they just put a corpse on the defendant stand.
They've done that.
What?
Like, they've put dead people on the defense stand.
Why?
I don't know. If I remember correctly, this is like, I think, medieval times-ish.
Well, if that was the case, that makes sense.
But like in like the medieval times, they like propped up a dead pope for his like trial, and they just had a guy like move his jaw up and down to speak for him.
What? That's fucking stupid.
It was so stupid.
They must have been so bored.
There wasn't much else to do other than just like sit around and wait for the plague to take you. The prosecutor that's been assigned to this trial tomorrow is Lord Baron von Zykes.
Zeeks.
Shut up.
Please.
That's how this character says it.
No.
Judas. Sounds like you've heard of him then.
Yeah, we saw him yesterday.
Yeah, we beat him.
Well, technically.
Yeah, we beat him. It's a fucking gigantic nerd.
Oh, yes. We're very familiar with Lord Van Zeeks.
Thanks.
Believed to be the harbinger of death itself.
He's like crawling on the wall.
The Reaper of the
Don't call me that.
The Reaper of the Bailey.
I'm sorry, what is he called? Can you repeat that, Bart?
Lord Baron von Zeeks, who we faced in court only yesterday. Mr. McGilda told us about him before the trial, didn't he?
Oh, Jesus, a fat bastard. When Van Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused as sacrificial lambs. That wine is made of their blood. And in every single trial in which he's been a prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
Man, I can't wait for it to be revealed Susato saying that. She's just like repeating his words.
I can't wait for it to be the fucking Baron Van Zeeks is the one who burned the guy to death. Are you serious?
No.
Oh my god.
This Reaper of the Bailey nickname, I suppose he earned that because every defendant he advocates against. Sorry, I can't read. Shut up! Advocates against is found guilty. Is that it?
Systems overheating. Please add water.
I would like water. Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector,
We don't give no fucks.
that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty. I'm gonna punch you in the mouth.
And what of it?
Oh, well, I think...
A woman thinking?
Just throws him across the room. That means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant.
Except that he burnt to death. No, you really don't have a clue, do you?
What do you mean?
Back in my pocket. What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead.
Well, I guess he did really just put it in his pocket, didn't he?
That's what it looks like?
It's linty fish.
God, that'd be so nasty.
Magnus McGill became a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you?
What are you saying?
I said he died! Do you not get it, you idiotic Japanese? Look, if Van Zeeks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. That's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic. The worst kind! I'd have a good long think about that if I were you.
Are we really supposed to believe that?
I don't know, man. The guy is apparently just a legit vampire.
You know the best part? I'm actually allergic to fish.
He just falls over dead.
Right, well, I filled you in as requested, and I'm very nearly out of chips.
Those are French fries, sir.
So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there.
It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you?
Who said anything? Shut up.
You did. Where the incident took place?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. That's correct, ma'am. If you head over to the holding cells, you might meet the criminal himself.
You've branded him a criminal already?
Sure, why not? He's as good as. Shaking like a leaf at his cell, he is. He'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. I laughed my ass off when I went in there. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way.
What's a jailer? Inmate 53, thank you.
Peace out.
So now I know they have at least 53 cells.
Okay.
So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say.
That is what I said.
Oh, you're still here.
He's just like in the background behind a suit of armor.
Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah, we gotta go fight a lawyer vampire. I mean, there's not much of a difference between the two, but still.
To tell you the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking.
There was so much fire.
Oh my, there was so much fire. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is...
Arousing.
Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too.
No, it doesn't. Shut up, nerd.
Okay.
But if the man they've arrested is innocent, you could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny.
I would.
So...
It's hilarious.
If I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try, so I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help?
No, I'm going home.
I would get a little boat.
Do you really think you had to ask?
I mean, yeah, you kind of like are very flip-floppy on how you feel emotionally about me.
After all, I am your judicial assistant.
When I feel like it. Thank you. So then, shall we?
Yes, let's go. Punches you.
Okay, I guess move.
Okay, so we can go to either Briar Road or the prison. What do you want to do? Do you want to investigate the crime scene first, or do you want to talk to the inmate?
Let's go to the inmate, because I don't want to meet Sholmes, and I'm almost certain he's at the crime scene.
You get to the prison, Sholmes is there. He's replaced the prisoner with himself.
He would do that. For some stupid fucking reason. Slams into the bars. It's that scene in fucking Silence of the Lambs where a dude jerks off onto you.
Ew. So these are British prison cells.
That was Ryunosuke.
I know. Oh, they're ghastly.
No, that's a Pokemon.
Yes, I know. Look, there's one now. It feels like a dungeon.
I mean, it is. Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls.
Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo. You're making it seem worse.
Yeah, well, life is worse. Apparently, her client is in this cell here.
I'll take over for Ryunosuke when the guy appears.
Okay. But it's so dark at the back there. I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. It's Beppo.
Ah!
Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop on in the back of the cell and show your face at once.
No.
You can't make me! Am I? Am I a cat, as yet with no name? Oh god. Calling me by a number. It's utterly unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. This is his voice until I see him.
Just make that the voice of everyone you haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Mr. Naruhodo, what
He's a chameleon.
do you think is going on here?
I have no idea. I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That triad of complaints was in Japanese. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. Cool, right?
Oh, shit. Hello. What's with your eyebrows? Oh, God, it's going to take me a minute to figure out a voice for this guy.
Also, apparently this is a real person. And,
Oh, really?
Yeah. He writes like a famous poem about a cat.
Edgar Allan Poe?
No.
Oh, okay. Shh, quiet. Bro, can you stop emoting?
They're all around here, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening, even now. I can sense it.
Okay.
Right. So, could I ask you who you...
There you are. You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost.
A ghost?
You admit it.
Okay, he seems a little bit crazy.
Look at the way Susato's just looking at this guy.
He's stuck constantly emoting.
We mean you no harm, prisoner son. Are you Japanese by any chance?
Oh, cool. Personality switch up.
This is beyond my wildest dreams. Forgive me for that outburst earlier. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. We're just a little surprised, that's all.
Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment.
How you feel about this guy so far?
This guy is,
Quite a lot, isn't he?
yeah.
I've laid an egg.
Could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned us to would turn out to be a fellow Japanese.
From behind. Why do you think I assigned him to you?
Yeah, just, stick together and whatnot.
All right. Sorry, I'm like doing the detective's voice is kind of rough in my throat.
Well.
What compassion my fellow countrymen show. To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon!
Falls over.
A first-class lawyer? Nah, dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind to tell us what happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example?
Yes, I can. I will. Shan't say sullen and silent.
Yeah, this is
So
gonna be
is
his
this
thing.
his entire character?
Yep, exactly.
Oh my god. He's like doing it during the court and he has to like stop and take a breather.
I got
Like when you're doing the testimony thing, you're going back and forth between lines and he's jumping all over the place. He's like, hold on, pause, Jesus!
I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has good reason to be here. Or to be.
Sorry, I'm tired.
Thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
I can see the sins of your grandfather.
Oh god, okay.
He
And,
jerked off to Waluigi porn.
Luigi exists?
I might be looking in the wrong direction.
Oh no, Phoenix. And I'm Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotaba.
Look at his fucking eyes.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Uh-huh. Yeah. You need to breathe. Do I need to like cut the timer so you can actually get this out of your system?
No, yeah, I'm good. I'm fine.
I am A visiting student, sent here by our government. Notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume.
I'm guessing that name means nothing to you.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Yeah, but he made like a famous poem about like the world through the eyes of a cat.
Really?
Yeah.
He's probably like super popular in Japan.
Anyway, let's converse with the guy.
Probably it's that same thing of like, Goemon is like super popular in Japan, but here in America we've barely heard of him.
Except in Persona.
Yeah. Which, that's just how different cultures work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, Soseki Natsume.
England has absolutely nothing because they suck.
Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name.
Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see. A writer of haiku. Something of a nom de plume.
Nom de plume? You mean an alias?
Sucking the juice out of my mustache.
Oh god, shut up! That's right, Naruto-san.
My last meal. No, don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that.
And haiku, that really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent over here by the government?
Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this. It's beyond the pale!
Suffering that misery? Did you not want to study here?
It's England. Do you think anyone's here who wants to be? It's like the Ohio of Europe. No! I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some time, of course.
Oh.
His voice is going to be all over the place just because his character is all over the place.
But, just because the government tells you to do something, does it mean you can do it? No!
What? Shut up! Stop it!
Look at him!
What do you mean?
If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable.
So glad you have fun. I see.
Yeah. What?
Only the other day I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on whitewashy!
Please stop. You must be a man of great standing.
Oh, yes. So I'm often told.
And often like to be told, it seems. Please stop it. The accusation against you.
Your great-grandson, Mains Hanzo. Sorry, I was trying to think of something and I just blanked out.
Yeah, you were too busy thinking about him sucking his mustache. Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san?
No. I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder.
Murder?
Oh, no, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? I didn't stab her that deep. I mean... But she was stabbed! With a knife! As opposed to being stabbed with a gun like Michael Myers. Right before my eyes!
He did do that, didn't he?
He did, and it's the funny part is, like, if you got stabbed like that, that's not an instant takeout.
Oh, God.
You would start screaming in agony.
Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker?
No, I was looking the other way. There was a cat. And I got inspiration. I didn't see anyone.
What?
If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here?
Oh dear. It seems this case is becoming rather complicated.
Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? Typical woman, am I right?
Like, looks at Sasato.
he's like, come on.
Reaches through the bars to pat her on the shoulder.
Well, I mean, he could. They opened it.
That's true.
It's the curse. The curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient. Yeah.
So Saseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. Which makes sense. British fog.
Yeah, and I mean, do you even want to look at a British person?
Oh, their teeth. It's vital that we find out more about the case.
Damn, too bad that's not going to happen. Oh, fuck.
Are you sure? About the case.
It was an accursed evening. Just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I had been to the bookshop to buy some books, as one does at a bookshop. And I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings.
I went to the bookshops to buy some cake, and when they told me they didn't have cake, I got angry.
I was like, well, then what the fuck am I doing here? And they were like, we don't know!
Sure, the bookshop wasn't a curse, too.
As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, someone beat me to it. Oh, it's a very rotund woman? Right?
Yeah, she's big.
Okay, I thought that was like an angle or something.
Nope, she's just big.
Alright. She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed under the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. Oh god, your grandson is speeding up. He's about to finish. Stop him.
How terrible.
I know. He switched to Thomas the Tank Engine X Caillou. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard.
Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. God, we must be speaking in Japanese here, and the guards are like, what the fuck are they saying?
What are these fucking filthy Japanese up to? I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings.
That's not good.
That's not the thing that you're supposed to do. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that.
Tell me, Saseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours?
Don't be ridiculous.
No, I'm just asking.
Filthy English woman. You know they're all racist. Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that? Girls are icky. I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people.
I see. A young woman unknown to Saseki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you?
No. Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul.
No one. Oh, great.
Oh, bother.
So the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? What conundrum? What am I missing? Susato, what are you getting at?
Susato, please, hurry up. Explain better. Oh, fuck me.
I know, it's just gonna keep going. What do you mean, Susato-san? Why couldn't we just talk about this in the previous one?
Yeah, why does it always have to be a separate thing?
Well, if Suseki-san has just told us the truth, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim and there was no one else on the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen.
I did! My eyes change shapes a lot.
I know it's fun. But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit.
Ah, you! What did you just say?
I didn't say anything, I thought it.
I can read your mind.
Nothing, I didn't say anything.
Stop thinking of Peppa the Pig X Kill a Kill.
Oops, perhaps I thought a little too loudly. Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested?
Oh yeah, because didn't they say that somebody saw him do it? Turns out when the fog clears, they were like in the middle of a cafe. There's like 15 people around.
It was a full restaurant of
Yeah.
people. It was a tour bus.
Front stage of a play.
You see McGill. Oh, we're stupid. Sorry. He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh, yes, she's right.
It was him.
God?
That accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Of all the bad luck.
Cursed great detective. Could it be?
Oh God, no. I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed busybody, be gone! May you be cursed until the end of your days, Airlock Sholmes.
I knew it.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Mr.
There's more game.
Mr. Sholmes? Who's that in the other cell? Oh, remember that joke we had for like 2 hours of Scar just going like, move on, look out!
Oh, no. I love the image of like other Disney villains with that voice. I've got friends on the other side.
Sultan, please.
Oh, those poor unfortunate souls.
Mother knows best.
There is no such thing as Santa. I never got a whistle for Christmas.
He's not a villain, but man, does he act like one.
He's like the closest thing that first movie has to a villain. The guy who just hates children.
He didn't get his weenie whistle.
Oh my God. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna throw up.
Scott got and lost the divorce.
How dare this child have an imagination?
Well, I didn't. God, I can't. After that, I don't think I can come back. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips. That's for sure.
It was a morning after that nightmare unfolded. It was the nightmare after that nightmare. It was
The nightmare of the nightmare.
It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement.
The pavement before me.
I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst in through the door.
Hard cheese?
There's still some left in my mustache.
Please stop.
He started shouting at me. This is the police. Put the weapon down. Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard. But I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination devils!
You clearly had a trying morning yesterday.
Oh, you ever had county cheese?
No.
That shit'll knock your teeth out.
What?
Like depending on, because like I've had some like very, very sharp county cheese. I've also had some very hard cheese. Might have just been old cheese.
I've never seen hard cheese.
It's hard.
I'd imagine.
And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Airlock Sholmes.
It's actually Herlock Sholmes. He's English.
I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London.
Yes.
God, your son is just really going at it.
He's just a fortune teller. He's seeing really far into the future.
But he can only see when people are masturbating.
Oh, God. Yes, the great detective is really well known.
Oh, I'm out of it.
And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently.
He's overly sharp mind.
He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman. Me, this weak-stooped kitten of a man.
Every morning I break my arms.
I wonder what great detection process led him to his conclusion this time.
Hey, look, a Japanese guy. That's probably it, because the last crime was also a Japan. Oh my god, if that's the reasoning.
No, the last crime was an Irishman.
Yeah, but the last crime Erlock did was a Jap. I swear to god if that's the reasoning.
Do you mean to say that Mr. Shum's detection was the only reason the police arrested you?
I swear to god if it's just because the last crime Erlock was on is Japan.
That would be really most unreasonable.
Oh, Susato, please.
I mean, at least she's agreeing.
Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in. I threw the cheese at them.
Of course you were. That's only natural.
I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing questions after question at me in impossible English.
Are you saying you lived here for a year and you never learned English?
Fiendish foreign film flammery!
Well, you are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English.
Good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine. Next thing I knew, I was in manacles. Yeah? And before I knew it, I was thrown in here.
Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising.
I'm fine? He's not fine now!
He's also...
His eye is twitching like crazy.
I know! I like this character a lot.
Mr. Naruhodo Esquire!
Oh, you can just call me Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, it's simply Mr.
A simple mister is more than enough.
I can't read.
Ah, yes. All right. Yes. They've really got me. This country is poisoning my mind. Typical England activities. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you?
Well, I was kind of assigned to you, so yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have much of a choice here.
Well, I can just turn him down.
You could.
Well,
Why? Why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me?
You're yelling at me, sir. Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself on a study tour.
I'm fucked. A student?
I have defended a case in the Old Bailey, but only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, Naruhodo-san. I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. Wait, what? I'm a sort of locum?
Yeah.
Locum lawyer, I suppose.
But that armband, that's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire.
Oh, you know this.
Oh, right, you're Japanese.
It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend.
I don't care about that.
Oh, well, that's kind of rude, but...
A keepsake. I'm going to jail. I know exactly what they're saying about me.
Who do you mean?
Lawyers. Oh, wow. All of the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me.
Goodness, why? Why do you say that?
I'm Japanese. For the same reason as you noted before, when it happened. There was only one victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime.
Well, yeah, you kind of did that to yourself, though.
Yeah? I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit.
It must be hard for you, Soseki-san.
And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. Just a foreign nobody to them, somebody not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before, in my earshot without any compunction. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said, and of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway.
That's awful.
Just casual racism, huh? They're wrong! I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. Traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. Well. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me.
So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue.
I'm not going to try and do a Japanese accent, by the way.
You don't need to. It's
Like,
fine.
I'm not even going to fucking, that is dangerous territory.
Most of the time in these games, when, like, even though they're from another place and they're speaking English, they have an English accent for some reason.
Yeah. You could do it, couldn't you? I mean, he's only been here for a year. I don't think that's long enough to develop an accent.
Yeah, but Ryunosuke and Susato have an accent. You heard it in that one cutscene.
That's true. That's weird. Accents are weird in general. Like, my southern accent gets thicker when I'm upset.
And I can't hear them.
When I look into your eyes, I can see it, my lover. I can see what you've been through. He looks at Ryunosuke's eyes, just his own reflection.
It's just that...
He's really going at it.
Please stop. Give me a little time, please.
Hmm?
Let me at least look over the crime scene before I want to, like...
Yeah, let me figure out if I want to waste my time with this nonsense.
I'll do what I can for the time being.
What do you mean?
We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it'll give us a much better chance, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. Yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
It's getting longer. We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. Okay, cool.
We're going to end it here, since we've now, like, exhausted all this. Next episode, we're going to go investigate the scene of the crime.
Briar Road.
Hooray.
No, you're not going to beat them there.
Who?
There's people.
Oh, God. Don't tell me there's people. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Great Ace Attorney. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye!